Hello and welcome to today's video where we will be photographing and benchmarking some of my computers. This is still going from a project I had last night, so first computer up is the venerable IBM ThinkPad T42P. Surely this doesn't still have... Oh, it still has battery. Okay. Let's see how much battery. And the fun thing is, this can also sort of serve as an update video because, yeah, it's been a hot minute. So, with this computer, basically, I've been doing a lot of, projects without filming them just because, I wanted to do, computer stuff without needing to film it all the time. I'm pretty sure the battery just died, but... So yeah, this video can also serve as an update video of sorts. I've been doing a lot of computer projects behind the scenes just because I've wanted to do computer projects and I haven't really felt the desire to get out a camera and film it. And yeah, so the story with the T42P as it stands is basically that I wanted to use it again because I really missed using this computer, and so basically what I did was I put it back together and installed the SSD. I haven't installed the fan because the fan is a nightmare to get into, but yeah, so installed the SSD, went through the pain of extricating Windows from the void install, because I loved Void Linux on here, but also I didn't really have a use for it, and I figured for installations of Linux centered around nostalgia, there were probably better things that I could do. So I'm just going to go and connect the network because I know I'll need that later. But yeah, so here's my T42P home network. And the fan is still very noisy. So to photograph these systems, I want to put these photographs on my site, so of course I'm going to need something a little smaller, image-wise, so what better to use than my Sony Mavica FD70. I think this is an FD75, I mean. So yeah, and that is one machine photographed. And yeah, the photographing of the machines is pretty simple. What's a bit more complicated and in-depth is the benchmarking, but that's still not super terrible. Before I get into the benchmarking, though, I will do one thing. So I actually also have Ubuntu 10.04 LTS installed on here on a separate hard drive because, why not? Ubuntu 10.04 was actually the first version that I used on my original T42P. So I thought it'd be nice to install it on this one. And Ubuntu actually hosts their package and update repository still, just under a different URL than initially. So what I did was I actually took the took out the original repositories and added in the archive repositories, and like, you probably can't see it right now because there's nothing to see. Like, I haven't actually pinged the repositories yet, but they work. This is fully updated, and yeah, so for benchmarking, I'm going to use the 7-zip benchmark, actually. Here's my flash drive with my benchmarking script, which basically just takes the host name of the... It takes the uname, the full uname of whatever system, and then it takes the 7-zip benchmark. It runs the 7-zip benchmark and puts both into a file with that's the host name. I don't actually know what the 7-zip package name is on Ubuntu. It would appear that it is P7-zip, which makes sense. It's that on most. But anyway, and here's where you see the package stuff in action. So yeah, now that that is done, so now I just run benchmark.sh, and there we go. It is running the benchmark, and there it's finished. So there's that system done. Next, we actually have a pair of MacBooks. My 2008 MacBook, my 2009 MacBook, and I only have one battery between them, so I'll need to swap the battery when I actually do the benchmarking, because the processors underclock quite severely if you don't have a battery in them. And so yeah, first up, I believe this is my 2009 MacBook. Let's just get power. Oh no, this is my 2008 MacBook. So anyway, yeah, let's get to the photograph first. And I actually made a social media post about what I was talking about earlier with just wanting to enjoy computer projects, and it's not really that I dislike filming videos. I actually quite like them. Why else would I be filming videos for? Oh, this is my... What year is this? Fourth year? Yeah, fourth year, I think. So yeah, why else would I be filming videos for 4 years? But, yeah, I've just been more in the mood to actually, do stuff instead of stand behind the camera. So yeah, that's really the reason, but yeah, and then I should probably check if 7-zip is actually installed. It is not. Forgot to plug in the Ethernet, but basically 7-zip isn't installed, which means I'll need to install it from ports, but thankfully MacPorts is pretty easy to deal with. Yeah, thankfully MacPorts is pretty easy to deal with. The port list is just outdated, so and probably the version of Mac ports itself. So when I installed 7-zip, it decided that would be a good time to upgrade all the outdated packages. So this may take a while, but yeah. Yeah, so while that's running, I might as well just go ahead and get a picture of this, which this is my main Windows computer. Which, let me just turn down the brightness a little and get another picture. Yeah, that looks better. Sometimes with these bright LCDs, because the Mavica is just quirks with, you know, sort of it being an old digital camera. And also just cameras in general, the way they interpret light and stuff. Sometimes it's not the best to go full brightness, even for the pictures, even if that's what you use. But anyway. Now we still wait for this. Okay, so this is finished, finally. So now I should just be able to do benchmark. So that benchmark finished. So I will shut this down. Now I need to pop out this battery. Now this will be my, this is my 2009 MacBook. So now we're at this computer, and you know, same deal. It almost slipped my mind to get the picture. So while that computer is doing its thing, I figured I'd just go ahead and get this computer out of the way really quickly. And basically, this is my Compact Armada 1750. It has Windows NT 4.0 on it. This is a computer that I will not be able to benchmark right away just because I need to figure out how to. Whether that's running the 7-zip benchmark in the graphical mode and then, you know, just transferring the relevant data, or alternatively, finding some way to run command line, whether it's booting Linux or whatever. But yeah, so this, my P53, and then my PowerBook 1400 will all need alternative means to benchmark them, because my PowerBook 1400 runs Mac OS, and it's not a version of Mac OS that has 7-zip, of course. I still love the Windows NT 4 startup sounds. It's just amazing. Snap the picture. Done. Honestly, 90s Windows was a different time, and I really love it. Oh, and the battery on this thing is still actually perfectly good, which I find amazing for a, you know, for a laptop that's like 35 years old or something. 35, 25. Sorry, 25 years old. It's pretty impressive. Well, here's that finished, so let's just make sure we have 7-zip now. Yep, okay. So now we'll run the benchmark. And it finished, so there's that one finished. And here we have my iBook G3, or I'm sure there's absolutely no trickery going on here at all. Okay, so in all seriousness, here's my iBook G3. And now we wait. So, 7-zip finished installing. So now I guess all that's left to do is to run the benchmark. So here we have my ThinkPad 760 ELD, and it has been a while since this has been featured in a video, but basically what has transpired since last time I saw it is that I got a floppy drive for it. There. Then I went through a lot of pain trying to find something to install on there. Eventually I decided to do Windows 4 Groups 3.11 because it would actually install and it had network card drivers. So anyway, there's a DOS build of 7-zips I need to get, so... And I have that hosted on my PowerMac G4. I need to remember to set it to binary mode because otherwise the zip file will be broken. And then... And there we go. So anyway, there we go. I extracted 7-zip to the DOS directory, so it should already be in my path. Now we have the MS-DOS prompt open. And there we go. So let's... And I don't think there's any... Well, actually... Yeah, I will... That's good enough. You know, that at least gives us the operating system. So, I wanted something like Uname, which there really isn't anything as far as I know of, but, you know, that's good enough. There we go. Now it should be, running. So once this finishes running, I will be, putting this into a, text document. Oh, there we go. It already finished running. I'm handling this one, but here we have my HP Pavilion N3290 that is currently missing sound drivers and modem drivers, I think. Anyway, this is another computer that I installed off camera. I just felt like setting it up with Windows 98, so I did. I first tried Unixware and that didn't work out super well. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to run the 7-zip benchmark and I'll be back. So there we go. So yeah, it looks like it is scoring just above my Sun Ultra 5. Yeah. Thank you all for watching. Honestly, this is the first video I've made in a while, and you know, it's good to make a video again because I really enjoy making these videos. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and you know, I hope to see you next time. There's some really cool stuff that's going to be coming soon, and I can't wait. See ya.